Hello, everyone. This is Chala, CEO and founder of the Repositioning Expert, coming to you live with another Tuesday Tea Time with Chala. And I have been away. I was visiting my parents, roasting at their home in Montreal during the hottest week of the season, the hottest days I felt like. And here I am still having tea. So happy tea time, everyone. I have run out of my mint, so I'm doing green today. I don't know what you're doing. So on Thursday, I'm going to be collaborating with a really great old friend of mine, Roger Pierce, who is who's having me on a panel with a networking guru, Cindy Mount, and we are going to talk about referrals. So I just thought I'd get a head start, and talk about some of the points that we're going to be covering, and take you through some of the stories. And if you feel like this is just a little bite and you'd like to hear more from the actual horse's mouth, then I'll drop you a link where you could join us. So the fact is that even though I usually malign referrals because I feel like they're lazy, it's an active and actual thing that a tactic, a strategy that you can work to actually get a lot of business, and they work, they really do. So 82% of small businesses say referrals are their main source of new business. And I find this is even more relevant for large and established businesses where they're not hungry enough to hunt anymore. They're just relying on referrals. And that's where, it gets my goat. But let me just go back to why it still works. 92% of consumers trust referrals from people they know. And this is no different in the B2B world where I work. And then referred customers convert at a rate much higher, 30% higher than leads generated from other marketing. So they're closer to fast, they like you more, they trust you more, they give you the meetings, and they're low cost because it's word of mouth. You don't have to spend anything, and enjoy higher close rates, establish early trust. So if somebody has raved and raved and raved about you, believe me, someone's going to want that their friend is going to want to work with you, or at least experience what they did, and look at you with different eyes. So now, having said that, my biggest beef is that when people make this their sole marketing effort or non-effort, or their sole marketing strategy. And my hat's off to you if it's working for you and you don't need anything else. I'm happy for you. But most people either are getting people that they don't want, or the kind of clients, or the kind of income levels, or the kind of contract sizes or types that they actually don't want anymore, because what they're getting is a legacy of what they've done in the past, or what marketing they've done, or who they've worked with. And if they want to switch positions or positionings, there's nowhere to go unless they learn other tactics. So what I consider marketing strategy is who you're targeting in terms of the industry or interest group, and what are you an expert in? So it's the who and the what. And when you're an expert, you have to be an expert in that industry's problem and position you as the industry expert. So I'll give you an example. Is when I worked with an accounting firm, what we positioned them into is to help contractors. And the number one problem when we researched was that they were so disheveled with all their, receivables and their paperwork, that most of the time they had unpaid bills that they didn't even know about, that they hadn't even chased. And so this accounting firm became an expert in capturing the lost sale and never letting another invoice fall through the cracks again. The rest of your marketing strategy is not just knowing who to target and what to specialize in, but it's also your visibility strategy. First of all, figuring out and mapping out, literally, which is called your marketing plan, where the eyes and ears of your buyers of that industry are hanging out, and then hanging out with them to continually tell them exactly what problem you help with and who you help and how you do that. So that's your visibility strategy. So that could be anything like, something you've written, it could be something like this where you're talking. It could be a video that you make and send to them. It could be a podcast that you're a guest on. It could be a social media post. It could be a speech that you do on a stage somewhere. So that's also part of your marketing strategy. And then lastly is your outreach strategy. Of course, how are you going to show them that you can help them? And how are you going to reach out to them if they're not being referred to you? How are you going out to them if they're not being referred to you? And that could be through either social media, it could be in person, it could be through networking, it could be through calling, it could be through many, 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 many ways. So the whole of your marketing strategy rests on all these pillars that I'm talking about. And if you're not doing these in conjunction with the referral, then you could start to become really heavily reliant on other people. And that's when, if the mill runs dry, then you have a real big problem because you haven't even built the engine to try to run the car on its own. You're just you're getting other people's help in pushing the car, but the engine's not working because you haven't even built one. So that analogy just came out of nowhere. I'm not even really a car person. I love my car. Don't get me wrong. I love my car. Okay. Now, what are the challenges with actual referral marketing? We're going to talk about in the session. Cindy's going to talk about giving a lot, but not getting many back. And that reminds me of my client, Andrea, who, when she was just a generic ad agency and she was, she had such a kind soul and she had a huge network and she just kept referring people. She was networking all the time, but she didn't really get an ROI back from all the referrals that she was doing until we niched her into becoming an agency really exclusively focusing on digital marketing and specifically the outbound piece. And she targeted one specific industry, which was food service. So when she started to strategically ask for referrals and network within those areas, that's when the actual referrals started to come back because she was known for doing one thing in one area of the market. And so it was very specific. Another referral marketing challenge is finding your networking niche. A lot of people don't know where to actually get referrals. If they're not coming in, they don't know where to actually go out and get them. And they don't even know how to ask for them. So one of the things that my client Richard and I did, now again, Richard had a very generic marketing strategy company like mine. Mine is not generic, but we both have a marketing strategy company. He also, after a long career, had gone out on his own, and he really couldn't get any, didn't even know where to network. He was just networking in generic places like the Chamber of Commerce and the BNI and the Board of Trade. Like, he would go to any marketing trade show. He would go to any of those shows because, he thought, oh, I'm in marketing. But he wasn't getting anything. So what we did is we repositioned and we niched him into helping small food manufacturers like the cookie lady and the soup guy into getting listed in grocery stores because that was one of their biggest pain points. So he became the fooddistributionguy.com, and he completely changed where he networked to food, obviously. And, food manufacturer shows, and there were so many of them because that's an association that self-gathers a lot. So that was something that really helped him get a lot more business. So finding your networking niche really helps you hone in on where to consistently keep showing up so that people get to know you and start referring you. When existing clients aren't referring you is another referral marketing challenge. And I'll tell you about Mike's story. And these are all stories that are actually on video with clients who have done testimonials with me. My back, I'm trying to increase my weights. I'm on a new coaching. Remember, I was telling you I'm on a new fitness coaching program, and I'm trying to go up in weights, and I went up a little too much. I went from 15 to 22 on a specific movement that I'm doing, like hand dumbbells. And yeah, I think I hurt. I think I pulled myself. I think I pulled something. I'm telling you, when you're 53, when Your workout is hurting you. Okay, so going back to Mike's story. So Mike is a real, I mean, he's a badass. He owns he and his partner Will, who's an equally badass. I think they met in the gym actually. They have a very big, very successful, hugely growing background check company. And what Mike's background is, he used to be a police officer. He's been trained by the FBI. He used to be the chief security officer for Goodyear. I mean, there are lots and lots. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to call them back. Hold on. Sorry. This is so crazy. Like I've been trying to reach my dad's doctor in Montreal, which they're really hard to find. And I'm doing a live. So they call during a live and I can't pick it up. So I hope I'll see them again soon. So Mike's story is that he had such an accomplished career over decades, that he knew so many people, that he felt odd and awkward about approaching them for referrals. But what happened is, when I taught him how to approach them to talk about their pain points instead of trying to sell his business, he was able to get meetings, and he was able to convert lifelong friends and acquaintances and contacts into actual dollars for his business. And he actually talks about how difficult it was for him to make that mental shift in the video. So I encourage you to go to the YouTube channel, which you'll probably see this or get a link and check that out. And of course, the last referral marketing challenge is following up. So the way that I do this, that I avoid this challenge altogether, is that whoever has given me the referral, I am able to contact right away as soon as I get the referral, and or I get the person referring me to make the contact for me. And it's all about immediacy. And it honors the person who has given you the referral if you act on it. I've never seen anything ruder than people who have ignored my referrals to other people. Like, they've just ignored me. It's rude on all sides to have, to be ignored, but it's doubly worse if I'm giving you business and you're ignoring them and you're ignoring me. And whether that's because you're so busy and things are falling off the table on your end, or you didn't get it, whatever it is, fix it, because it is not a good thing to do. But on the other side, like what I was saying, is when I get a referral, and the follow-up is never an issue, because first of all, I contact right away, and if I don't hear back, then I set reminders that are subsequent reminders to reach out to that person. Now, if I actually do get to the person, I make an appointment right then and there for the next meeting. And I never leave a conversation without a next date. Even if they don't know their schedule and it's nebulous, I always call to get, I get a date to get a date. So I'll say, could I call you in the next, next Monday at noon to get that date? So those are some of I'm going to tease you with some of this content because I don't want to go through the whole thing, but these are some of the things that we're going to talk about during the seminar. Sage, which is a software, accounting software platform, is hosting it. And please join us. It's this Thursday, and I will leave you all the links, and we'll see you soon. Take care.